Listen carefully, because what is being released over your life in this hour is not ordinary, and it is not random. Archangel Michael says that before midnight, a secret will be revealed that changes your direction. And if you are hearing this now, then heaven has already marked this moment for you. Do not dismiss the weight of these words. Do not let your mind wander. There is a reason this message reached you before the day has fully ended, because something has been moving in the unseen realm long before you noticed it in the natural. A door you did not see is about to open. A path you did not expect is about to appear, and the secret that comes to light will not merely inform you, it will redirect you. Type Amen if you know that God can change everything with one revealed truth. You may have been wondering why certain things in your life have felt delayed, why some conversations stalled, why some opportunities seemed to fade just as they were forming, and why your spirit has been restless even when nothing obvious was happening. But there is something else you need to know. Silence is not always absence. Sometimes silence is the cover under which heaven prepares the exact revelation that can shift your entire direction. It is coming to expose the route that was never meant for you, and reveal the one that was already prepared. Many times the enemy does not need to destroy a person if he can simply redirect them into exhaustion, distraction, and delay. He will place noise around them, fear in them, and false urgency before them, all to keep them from hearing the true instruction at the appointed hour. But Archangel Michael stands as a defender over the line of your destiny, and tonight there is a sharpening in the atmosphere. Something is being cut away from your future that should never have followed you this far. Something false is losing its hold. Keep reading carefully, because a hidden decision has already been made behind the scenes. Type protected if you sense that heaven has been guarding you in ways you could not see. There is a clock over this word, and it is not symbolic only in the casual sense. Spiritually, midnight carries a threshold. It is a boundary between what was spoken and what is now allowed to be revealed. Before midnight, a sealed thing becomes unsealed. Before midnight, the invisible becomes visible. Before midnight, the thing that has been withheld from you because your heart was not yet ready, or because the timing was not yet right, comes into the light with clarity. And this is why you have felt the tension. It is because your season is standing near a crossing point. You are not meant to circle the same mountain again. You are being brought to a crossroads illuminated by heaven's light, and one of the roads ahead has been hidden until now. Do not ignore this part. Something unexpected is approaching, and it is arriving with instruction. Comment still standing if you are still here in faith, even after the waiting has been long. You have not been forgotten in the process of delay. Heaven has seen every silent prayer, every tear that fell when no one was watching, every moment you asked if you had missed your chance. But your chance was never lost. It was being preserved. There are moments when God allows the surface of life to look still, while He is working deep beneath it, moving connections, exposing motives, and aligning timing with precision. The secret that will be revealed before midnight has been forming in layers. It may involve a conversation you were never invited into, a name that has recently reappeared in your thoughts, or a door that seemed closed but has not actually been sealed forever. Keep your eyes open and do not let disappointment interpret your future. The hidden thing is closer than you think. Type 333 if you believe there is divine order in what has felt chaotic. What happens next is important, because the revelation will not only answer a question, it will alter your direction. There are some truths that do not simply add information. They change the map. They make you realize you were approaching the wrong gate, listening to the wrong voices, or waiting for approval from a place that had no authority over your destiny. The secret may reveal where your real assignment is, or it may reveal why a previous path began to feel heavy, dry, and impossible to continue. Either way, the outcome is the same: clarity. And clarity is a mercy. Clarity is a sword. Clarity cuts through confusion and makes way for peace. Tonight, the Lord is not leaving you in uncertainty. There is a revelation approaching that will bring your feet to the right road. Comment, "My time is coming," if you are ready for the shift that follows understanding. I need you to hear this deeply. Not every hidden thing is hidden because it was denied. Some things are hidden because they require the right moment to protect the next chapter. A seed hidden in the soil is not rejected by the earth. It is prepared there. In the same way, what has been concealed in your life may have been waiting for the exact pressure, the exact timing, the exact alignment to break open safely. The secret before midnight may involve a promise you almost gave up on, or a relationship you did not realize was part of your future, or an opportunity that had to wait until your spirit could recognize it without fear. There is another truth being revealed here. Heaven is more interested in your direction than in your comfort. Once you understand that, the delay begins to make sense. Type faith if you are choosing to trust God's process, even before you see the full picture. Before we continue, I feel led to share something with you. Over the years, thousands of people have reached out asking for powerful prayers they could pray during difficult seasons of life. That's why I put together a collection of some of the most powerful faith-building prayers I know. These prayers have helped people find peace during anxiety, strength during hardship, and hope when they felt like giving up. The best part is that I decided to make it completely free. If you would like a copy, simply check the link in the description and I'll send it to you. Do not wait until another difficult season arrives. Take it now while it's available and keep it close for the days ahead. Now, there is something else you need to know. You may have noticed lately that your interests, your burdens, or even your prayers have been shifting. That is not random either. Sometimes God starts preparing a person for a new route long before he explains why the old one is ending. You feel the pull, but you cannot yet name it. You sense that something is finishing, but no one has handed you a clear explanation. This is one of the ways heaven keeps you moving with him instead of clinging to what is already complete. But there is a mystery attached to your present unrest. The very thing you thought was taking too long may have been working quietly in the background. A hidden opportunity is nearing disclosure. Another piece of the puzzle is about to appear. Stay until the end, because the direction you will receive is more valuable than the delay you endured. Type 1 receive if you are open to the wisdom that is coming. Archangel Michael's presence in this message is a reminder that spiritual warfare often intensifies just before revelation. The enemy fights hardest around clarity, because once a person knows where they are meant to go, fear loses a major advantage. That is why confusion has tried to wrap itself around your thoughts. That is why doubts have tried to sound like wisdom. That is why the wrong voices have sounded urgent. But the sword of heaven is already moving through the atmosphere around you. It is separating what is true from what is imitation, what is assigned from what is merely familiar, what is holy from what is only loud. Before midnight, a line will be drawn, and when that line appears, you will understand why certain doors did not open earlier. You will see that protection was woven into delay. Comment, God is working if you believe heaven has been active in the unseen. Do not skip this next part, because it carries the turning point. The secret that comes before midnight may not arrive as a dramatic announcement. Sometimes revelation comes through a subtle sentence, a chance message, a remembered detail, or a confirmation that lands with unusual force in your spirit. But when it comes, you will know. Your heart will recognize the weight of it. It will feel like a key fitting a lock you did not even know was there. And suddenly what felt like separate events will begin to connect. The closed chapter, the interrupted plan, the surprising delay, the strange recurring thought, the unexpected contact, the inner resistance, the new desire to move forward in a different way, all of it will begin to make sense. There is a pattern in your story, and it is about to be uncovered. Type chosen if you sense that heaven has been arranging more than you realized. I am speaking to the part of you that has been tired of waiting for signs while still trying to stay faithful. The Lord sees the tension between your hope and your hesitation. He sees where you are strong, and he sees where you have become weary from carrying questions. But do not let fatigue convince you to settle for the wrong direction simply because it is familiar. Familiarity can become a quiet prison when destiny is calling from another corridor. The secret before midnight may expose where you were being drained, where your peace was being negotiated away, or where your gifts were being held in a season that has ended. This is not condemnation, it is correction, and correction is often the doorway to acceleration. Before long, you will understand why certain burdens could not travel with you into what comes next. Type "Yes, Lord," if you are willing to follow, even when the path changes unexpectedly. There is also a hidden blessing inside this revelation, and I want you to keep listening because this is important. When heaven reveals direction, it often reveals provision with it. A path is never opened without some measure of supply. A mission is never assigned without grace. A future is never outlined without the resources needed to walk it. So if a secret is about to change your direction, then a supply line is also being activated. You may have thought this revelation would only show what to leave behind, but it will also show what has been waiting for you ahead. An answer, an invitation, an opening, a connection, or a fresh assignment may be closer than expected. The thing you feared losing may be replaced by something cleaner, stronger, and more aligned. Type "Blessed" if you believe God does not redirect without also providing. And now the atmosphere grows more urgent, because the hour is nearing. There is a reason midnight is part of this word. Midnight is often where endings and beginnings touch each other. One season expires while another is already breathing at the edge of your life. That is why the transition can feel intense. It is not merely change, it is collision. Old assumptions meet new revelation. Old fear meets new authority. Old confusion meets a clear heavenly instruction. Keep your spirit awake. Stay watchful. Do not let this moment pass while you are distracted by lesser things. Something significant is approaching, and the timing matters more than you know. The secret is not only about what you will learn, it is about what you will finally be able to do once you know it. Come ready if you are prepared for a divine turning point. I see a line of resistance trying to keep you from moving forward by making you overthink the revelation before it arrives. That is a common tactic. If the enemy cannot stop the door, he will try to flood the hallway with fear, so you hesitate before stepping through. But you were not created to stand at the threshold forever. You were created to cross. You were created to advance. And when this secret is revealed, the fear that once tried to bind you will begin to lose its voice. Not because everything becomes easy, but because the truth makes you stronger than the confusion. What once intimidated you will begin to look smaller under the light. What once felt heavy will start to fall away. What once looked like a dead end will appear as a detour that protected you. Type 1 Trust God if you are ready to let truth lead where fear once ruled. Many people watching this message have been carrying burdens they never talk about. If that sounds like you, I want to give you something special. I created a free prayer guide filled with powerful prayers for protection, breakthrough, peace, healing, and strength. Thousands of believers have already downloaded it and shared how much it encouraged them during difficult moments. There is absolutely no cost. I simply wanted to place this resource into the hands of people who need it most. If you feel led, go to the description and claim your free copy before continuing. One prayer prayed at the right moment can change more than you realize. Now listen carefully, because the next part of this message is important. There is another clue moving quietly through this message, and I need you to catch it. The revelation before midnight may connect to someone you thought had disappeared from your story, but not in the way you expect. It may not be about returning to the past. It may be about recognizing what the past was trying to teach you, so you can step into the future without repeating the wound. Sometimes a familiar face, a long-forgotten conversation, or an old connection resurfaces, not to pull you backward, but to expose the difference between what was temporary and what is now being redefined by God. Do not rush to assume. Do not allow emotion to make the interpretation before heaven does. The truth will come with peace, even if it challenges your expectations. Type 777 if you believe divine timing is speaking louder than your anxiety. You have been in a season where partial answers have tested your endurance, but the partial is ending. The veil is thinning. The next thing you hear may not explain everything at once, yet it will be enough to move you. That is how heaven often works, not by giving all the pages, but by opening the next line. Once you obey the next line, more becomes visible. Once you take the next step, the map unfolds further. The secret before midnight is not merely information to store. It is instruction to follow. And if you follow it, the season that has felt suspended will begin to move. You are not stuck. You are being positioned. You are not overlooked. You are being prepared. Before this season ends, the right path will become unmistakable. Comment I believe if you are ready to step where clarity leads. I want to speak directly to the part of your heart that has been wounded by disappointment. Some of you have learned to brace yourselves whenever something promising begins because you fear it will collapse like the last thing did. But hear this. The revelation that is coming is not another false start. It is a divine adjustment. It may feel disruptive for a moment because it will break agreement with the wrong direction, but disruption is not destruction when God is in it. Sometimes the sacred interruption is the mercy that saves your future. The secret will reveal what needed to end, what needed to shift, and what had already been decided in heaven long before your circumstances caught up. When it is disclosed, do not mourn the old route too long. A greater alignment is being offered. Type Amen if you believe heaven can heal your history while redirecting your steps. There is something else you need to know before the final moment arrives. The revelation is not only for you. It will affect people around you, and perhaps that is part of why it was hidden until now. Some truths are protected until the heart carrying them is mature enough to handle the impact. Once disclosed, your choices may influence a household, a relationship, a project, or a future assignment that reaches further than you imagined. This is why discernment matters. This is why you must not react in haste. When the secret comes, receive it with prayer, with peace, and with courage. There is a difference between being surprised and being destabilized. Heaven will not reveal this to break you. Heaven will reveal it to build you. Type 1 receive if you are willing to stand in strength when the answer arrives. And now, as the hour tightens around this word, I want you to feel the nearness of the open gate. It is almost here. The pathway has been there, but hidden. The gate has been there, but not yet visible. The scroll has been sealed, but not forever. Before midnight, a key moment will come, and with it, the recognition that your direction is changing for a reason. This is not a loss. This is a release. This is not confusion. This is unveiling. This is not the end of your story. It is the end of the wrong chapter. Do not leave now. Do not let the moment pass, because you became too familiar with your own waiting. A revelation is approaching, and it carries your next assignment inside it. Comment "My time is coming" if you are feeling the pull of that future already. The secret will change your direction, because it will change your understanding of what has been happening all along. You will see that certain delays were not denial. Certain closures were not direction. Certain silences were not abandonment. They were the frame around a bigger work. Once you know what was really unfolding, your confidence will rise. You will stop negotiating with doubt. You will stop asking the wrong questions. You will stop standing where God never told you to remain. And when that happens, movement will begin. Not frantic movement, not confused movement, directed movement, the kind of movement that comes from clarity and peace. The kind of movement that opens a future you could not access while still tied to the old route. Type protected if you believe this revelation is shielding your steps as much as it is guiding them. Before midnight, the secret comes. Before midnight, the hidden thing speaks. Before midnight, the path you were meant to take begins to glow with heavenly light. And when it does, do not be afraid of the change, because the change is not against you. It is for you. It is the mercy of God showing you where to go when your own sight has been limited. It is the sword of Archangel Michael cutting away interference. It is the hand of heaven moving you from confusion into calling, from delay into direction, from uncertainty into understanding. Hold on a little longer. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit listening. Something important is being revealed, and it is closer than your last prayer. Comment blessed if you know that this midnight message is not accidental. Now breathe, because the end of this word is not an ending at all. It is a beginning wrapped in revelation. The secret is near. The direction is changing. The next step is being lit. And when the moment arrives, you will understand why you had to hear this now. Heaven sees you. Heaven remembers you. Heaven has been preparing you for the very thing that once felt hidden. Do not fear the turning. Do not resist the unveiling. Your life is being guided with more precision than you imagined. And before this night is over, something in you will know exactly where to go next. Type 333 if you are ready for divine alignment, and remain expectant because the answer has already begun its approach. Before you leave, remember that my free prayer collection is waiting for you in the description below. Thousands of people have already downloaded it and used these prayers during seasons of anxiety, uncertainty, spiritual battles, and breakthrough. I made it completely free because I want every believer to have access to powerful prayers when they need them most. If this message encouraged you today, make sure you claim your free copy before you go. And if this message spoke to your heart, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and leave your prayer request in the comments so this community can stand with you in faith. May God bless you, strengthen you, and guide every step ahead.